All right, let's begin. So, welcome to Hendricks How-Tos. My name is Nicole Taylor, and I'm a Big Leap coach, also a graduate of the Leadership and Transformation program with Katie Hendricks. Today, I want to share with you something I really loved and took from my time with Katie, which is the ability to develop appreciation. I feel like appreciation is a fuel that is the gift that keeps giving. And especially right now, I feel like there's other kinds of fuel that are kind of a little bit easier to reach for. Like maybe outrage can be a fuel that's energizing, and yet the effect of that is that it's adrenalizing, which ultimately makes us crash. Whereas we can contend with what's happening in our lives and in the world, be present with what we're experiencing and what the things that we care about, and at the same time, we can make space in our life for appreciative awareness, which will allow us to refuel ourselves with a fuel that is life affirming and life giving. So that's what I want to play with today. That's the invitation. If you have a journal or if you just want to say the answers to the prompts out loud, whatever feels good for you. But let's have a little appreciation break, is what I'm hoping you experience this time together as. But before we begin, everybody's coming from wherever else you've been today. So am I. So I thought maybe we could start with just a couple of breaths. Want to invite you to feel, if you are seated, go ahead and feel your seat in the chair and your feet on the earth. And just notice what it's like to bring your attention to your seat in the chair and your feet on the earth. These two places where you have probably a physical sense of groundedness. Feel your feet on the earth's body. Even if your feet are one floor up in a hotel like mine, that hotel is on the earth's body. So technically you are too. Feel your connection with the earth. And just notice how that impacts the breath. We're not shaping or changing the breath, just noticing it. Maybe it gives you some data of what wants to move or stretch or roll, and let yourself do that if that would feel good. Great. So, appreciation is to uh, recognize the full worth of. And I think that's a lovely definition that I found, because there is a lot in life that is beautiful, that is loving, that is kind, that is connected. And sometimes we lose sight of that, or I have lost sight of that. So to recognize the full worth of what is here through appreciation is a beautiful present moment awareness practice, as well as something that brings us closer to experiencing the goodness that we have. And that gratitude, that appreciation is part of um, being able to build even more of a relationship with that which is life affirming and that which is life giving. Many times, as we are taking information in through the senses can be a way that we feel drained. So, the invitation with appreciation is to use the senses to bring back a sense of aliveness, to bring back a sense of being refueled. So, I want to invite you to start by noticing what is something that you can appreciate through your senses right now. And maybe we'll do that with the eyes at first. And so just let your eyes roam around the space that you're in or the window that you're looking out of until they land on something that just feels good to have your eyes there. And then let your gaze remain there for a little while. Beautiful. And you may wish to stick with the sense of sight and let your eyes find something else. Or maybe you want to move to the sense of touch. I notice as I see what's around to touch, the material that my chair is made out of is really soft. So I'm going to see what it's like to appreciate this texture. What else might you appreciate from your five senses? Good. And then what's one other pleasurable thing you notice through contacting the outside world with your senses? Maybe there's a beautiful sound, maybe you smell something good. Just notice what that is for you and let yourself be with that for a while. Wonderful. And let's expand that appreciative circle to something in your life. And so start with relationships. What's something that you can appreciate about one of the relationships in your life? And let a picture of that person or a picture of your time together come into your mind and just see what's there for you to really recognize the full worth of. And you're welcome to journal these or to say them out loud or just to feel them inside of you. But let your attention move to another aspect of life that feels life affirming, life giving for you today. Now turn that appreciative lens inward and see what can you appreciate about yourself today. Wonderful. And sometimes we can bring appreciation in even to situations that feel hard. I was just having lunch with a friend and we were talking about some hard things that we went through last year. And even in the midst of that, we could appreciate the learning, or we could appreciate who showed up for us, or we could appreciate how we showed up for ourselves, right? So even with things that feel like a conflict or things that feel a little bit heavy, there might be something that we can appreciate there if we turn toward it with curiosity. So I want to invite you to allow something to come into your mind that either is a conflict that you're having with another person or something that you're kind of struggling with. And just notice what that's like. Notice what happens in the body, even as you think of that. Nothing to change, but just bringing out some awareness to that. And then what is there, even in that situation, that you might be able to appreciate about yourself, about the other person, about someone or something that's making up a part of that system? What is there for you to appreciate? And notice what happens inside as you bring appreciation to this thing that feels like a conflict or this thing that feels hard. What shifts? What happens? And see if there's another aspect of this situation that you might be able to find some authentic appreciation for. Wonderful. And so, part of what's so beautiful about being human is that we have the full range of experience. We have beauty and appreciation, and we have conflict sometimes and struggle sometimes, but all of it is hopefully in service of us being able to bring forth the best in us. And so it's beautiful to take time for appreciation. And I just want to invite you to make this a practice that you do daily, that you do weekly, that you just catch yourself doing moment to moment. But my invitation is, how can you recognize the full worth of what's in front of you so that you amplify that beauty, you amplify that love, you amplify that connection at a time when I imagine each of us needs that the most. Thank you so much for joining me for this Hendricks How-Tos. So beautiful to be with you today, and I'll see you next time.